spoiler alert regarding this match's outcome, that Ash ends up losing to Ritchie here. Could he have won this match under different circumstances? Let's talk about that. Ritchie is the first one to send out a Pokemon, and it's his Butterfree, Happy. Ash sends out Squirtle. Could Ash have sent out a better Pokemon? Well, let's think about what he has. There's Bulbasaur, Pikachu, Charizard, and Pidgeotto. We don't know his 6th Pokemon, but it could be Kingler, Tauros, or Muk. What this mystery 6th Pokemon is, we'll never know as it's never revealed, but for the sake of giving him his best shot, let's say it was Kingler, as he knows Ritchie has a Charmander, and Kingler provides an additional way to get past that. Kingler would be weak to Sparky's electric attacks, but at best Sparky won't resist Kingler's attacks. So in the end, it's marginally better than Tauros or Muk, who are neutral in both cases. With that being said, could Ash have picked a better Pokemon against Happy? Pidgeotto was exhausted from bringing Ash to the league. Bulbasaur is a bad type matchup. Kingler would have been as good as Squirtle, which leaves Charizard and Pikachu. Charizard would have been great, but it doesn't listen to Ash, and we know this, so using Charizard here would have been a risky play, especially for the beginning of the round. I think it's fine that he didn't choose Charizard here despite what happens later. Pikachu is similarly exhausted from the Team Rocket shenanigans, but given what happens in a bit, I would say that it would have been better to send Pikachu. Save Squirtle for later. More than anything, Pikachu should be able to make it an easy win with its type advantage. As a matter of fact, that's exactly what happens, as Squirtle goes down to Butterfree and Ash ends up sending Pikachu out anyway. The worst part is Ash didn't even say anything. Pikachu just darts in on its own, tackles Happy, and shocks it till it knocks it out, all without Ash uttering a single word. So yeah, should have kept Squirtle in reserve. That's a misplay for Ash. How Squirtle goes down, though, is bullshit, as the referee calls it defeat as a result of Sleep Powder, which is a status move, and I know full well there's a match in the Yellow League where the exact opposite happens, so misplay to the referee. Bad call. Ritchie sends out his Charmander Zippo, which is actually a really good move since Ash would likely have to counter with another water Pokemon, at which point Ritchie could just wrap it up with Sparky. In case you're thinking, well, Charmander is also weak to Rock and Ground, how could Ritchie know Ash wouldn't use one of those? Well, we find out earlier in the episode, trainers can look up their opponent's previous matchups to see what Pokemon they used. They actually specifically used this on Ritchie to find out that Ritchie has stuck to the same 3 Pokemon in all his matchups. So although it's possible Ash could pull out a Pokemon he hadn't used yet, it's strategically smart of Ritchie to have planned around the likelihood that Ash had no counters to Zippo beyond Squirtle and Kingler. Zippo eventually beats Ash's Pikachu, which is expected, it's already exhausted. With 1 Pokemon left, Ash opts to use Charizard. This is a risky move to make, but as mentioned before, if Ash tries to beat Zippo with Kingler, then he'll end up in a tough spot facing Sparky. Again, Bulbasaur and Pidgeotto are out. The fact he doesn't throw out Tauros or Muk here adds to the credit that he probably brought Kingler. Charizard is his strongest Pokemon, and in this case, it's his best chance at beating both Zippo and Sparky, so I can't really call this one a misplay.
No, wrong. You could absolutely call that a misplay.